Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Forum coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, I want to be talking about current player that we have on the roster right now, tight end TJ Hockenson. There's some stuff going out there on social media right now, and talking about TJ. You know, he's in his fourth year. Now the talk is, are they going to extend him to a new contract? Extend his years. He's got this year. He's on his fourth year, like I said. They picked up his fifth year option, and he will be making about $9 million plus in 2023. Still on his rookie deal right now, and now he gets a bump up in pay because they picked up his option, and he will remain a Lion. Now, is he worth the top dollar? That's the big question right now. Now, we all know he was drafted 8th overall back in 2019 out of Iowa. He was an Iowa Hawkeye, 6'5", 248 pounds. College stats: 73 catches, 1,080 yards, 14.8 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns, 2 years. He even rushed for a touchdown at one point at Iowa. Then he got drafted 8th overall, like I said, in 2019. Became the instant starter, pretty much for the Detroit Lions. His NFL stats: as of now, 160 catches, 1,673 yards, 10.5 yards per reception, 12 touchdowns with a catch percentage of about 65.6%, which is pretty solid, which is actually pretty good. So if you ever want to calculate that, out of every 10 balls, he catches 6.5 balls. So basically that's how you do that evaluation or that math right there. And that's a 3-year production. His best year being a 2020 with 67 catches, 723 yards, 10.8 yards per reception, and 6 touchdowns. Got himself a Pro Bowl as well. Now we start talking about the money. He's missed 9 games in 3 years. And with that little, I know a lot of people talk about, okay, he's injury prone. He misses a lot of time. I went and kind of, I had to go look that up. So I went and I tried to search. So I tried to search some things, do a little research, and I tried to find out by position in the NFL, like quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end. When I looked up tight ends, what's the average missed games by a tight end in the NFL? It's 2.6. Okay, it's 2.6 games per year. That's the average. Okay, that's from 2015 till about 2021. That's what this study was. Now, he's missed 9 games, like I said, in over 3 years. He missed 4. I believe he missed 4 in his rookie campaign. Remember, he tried to jump that guy, and he almost looked like he broke his neck. Forget who they were playing. Was in Arizona. He was a rookie. Made a nice play. Tried to hurdle a guy. Paid the price. Missed 4 or 5 games. I think it was 4. And then 2020, where he had the Pro Bowl, he played every game, so he didn't get hurt. Then 2021, last year, banged up, missed another 5 games. So he's missed 9 games. He's been in the league for 3 years. That's 3 games per year. So he's a little bit above the average of missing, of game time missed, but it's not overly concerning. But he does need to stay a little more healthy. But the average 2.6, he's at 3. You can almost live with that, even though you want him to play all 16, 17 games. You want him to play 17 games for sure. But then we start talking about the money. And they already picked up his option, like I alluded to, $9 million plus for 2023. He's still on his rookie contract right now, still making nice money, obviously, but he's not making big money yet. So then we start getting into the talks of, is this guy worth getting extended? Now, there's talks apparently that it's in the works. I don't know how deep it is, but Hockenson has gone on record. I think he went on the Pat McAfee show last year. I believe it was last year, or maybe it was before, or maybe it was 2022, but I think it was 2021. He went on record saying that tight ends get kind of screwed in the pay grade. You know, they do all the dirty work. You know, you want the tight end to be like an offensive tackle at times. and you want them to be a top-notch wide receiver, playmaker, making plays. So he was kind of like saying, like, tight ends need to get paid, and tight ends have been getting paid lately. Tight ends been getting paid lately. You got George Kittle over there making $15 million a year in San Francisco. That's per average per year. You got Travis Kelce making $14.3 million per year on average. Those two are the elite guys. Those two are the elite. I kind of stopped there with the elite guys. I don't think there's anybody better. Could Waller be in there somewhere? Possibility, but I think he had some injuries too as well last year. So I'm keeping Kittle and Kelce. Kittle has been hurt before in the past, but he's put up tremendous numbers. He is something. He's a specimen, and so is Travis Kelce. So and then you got guys like Dallas Goedert from the Eagles making $14.2 million per year. Then you got David Njoku, which I think was absolutely ridiculous, and I think this is going to ruin a lot of people's day when it comes to signing TJ Hockenson. David Njoku gets $14.1 million plus per year. They extended him. This was a guy that cried, I think, for the last 2 years to get out of Dallas. To get out of Cleveland, sorry. To get out of Cleveland, and they end up paying him a bunch of money. Who hasn't been that productive. He's done, he's been okay, but hasn't been great in Cleveland. He's pretty much cried, is what it seems like to me. But they ended up paying him. He said he wants to retire a Brown. So would I if they give me $14.1 million per year for being mediocre. He is a definition of mediocre. He's not terrible, but he's mediocre. He's a first-round pick that hasn't really played like a first-round pick. Not going to call him a bust, but I'm not going to call him special either. And then you got Mark Andrews rounded off at about 5 right there. The top 5 guys, he's making $14 million right on the nose per year. Then you have Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith from the Patriots making like 12 plus. Dalton Schultz making some money from the Cowboys. Mike Gesicki making like 10 million, and Zach Ertz making like 10 plus million too as well. So there's like 10 guys right there. But the top 5 is where we want to look at. So now it comes down to the money comes into question. Is he worth it? Now, Hockenson has come into this league. He's never been a real big part of the offense. I think 2020 he was, obviously, with his Pro Bowl. He was supposed to be kind of the guy last year. It kind of looked like maybe he was going to start exploding, start being the guy until his injury. He wasn't having a crazy special year, but he was having a good enough year. He was playing good football, right? So you have to come and look at it like this. Is he worth it? Do the Lions want to pay him? Is this regime trust him enough to put big money in his bank account? He's been semi-productive his whole career, which is young career. Semi-productive, had a nice year in 2020, like I said, won't take that away from him. Pro Bowl berth, all that. His blocking, coming out of college, this guy was supposed to be the most devastating run blocker since like Gronkowski. Okay, he was supposed to be. He came into the rookie season, was decent. He graded out like 60-something%. Then he had a really great second year, his Pro Bowl berth. It was in the 70s. I think it was 70. This is all PFF, by the way. Had like 72. And then last year was god-awful. Had about 45, graded out at 45-something. So he's up and down. Like, you see where I'm going here. He struggled in year 3. Injuries, too. So you see where I'm going here. Up and down with Hockenson. I love Hockenson as a player. I think he's a really good football player. I don't want to be that guy that always messes with people's money. I'm not coming here to say don't pay the man or he's a waste of money. Like, pay him. I don't really care. But people got to be really careful because there's a chance here that this new regime could either trade him or let him walk in a couple of years. Just trying to warn these Lions fans. By re-signing him, by picking up his 5th-year option, I think was a really good move by the organization because Right now, you have him on the rookie contract. You have him really cheap for year 4, and then next year he has an out. His out is pretty much all across the board: trade, release, pre-June, post-June, $9 million plus, whatever they're paying him for his 5th-year option. So that's $9 million possibly added back to the cap. That's if they don't extend him in 2022. So I think what this regime is doing, I think they're going to wait, to tell you the truth. I have a feeling because they went after a tight end in the 5th round this year. Not saying he's going to replace TJ Hockenson, because I don't think he's there. But James Mitchell is a little bit intriguing to me. Personally, when I thought the draft pick was made, I thought it was a little bit early. That was my initial reaction. But then when you go watch the tape, and you got to go back a couple years to watch his tape, because he's been banged up as well. So, and that's what I was kind of like, oh man, like you went and reached for a guy that was been banged up for the last 2 years. ACL, he had a foot fracture, he had some things going on. But he's a versatile tight end. He's what you want in a tight end. He's athletic, he's got a basketball background, he's got really good hands. He can block really well, run and pass block. His run blocking is exceptional. That's at the college level too. That was the thing with TJ Hockenson as well. And they picked up some guys. They brought in Brock Wright last year as a UDFA from Notre Dame, drafting James Mitchell like this year in the 5th from Virginia Tech, picking up Garrett Griffin, who's basically a run pass blocker. That's all he really is. And then they picked up Nolan Given, kind of the same kind of guy. Might have a little bit more athletic ability, but nothing special from Nolan Given. And then they picked up Derek Deese too, another kind of receiving tight end that will block, but not his strong points. So I don't think they're trying to find the next TJ Hockenson, but they're trying to get insurance. They're trying to find some insurance, and we'll find out next year too as well. Now, if they re-sign TJ Hockenson this year to an extension, you Lions fans, expect it to be, I don't know, apparently the rumor is that he's asking for big money. The rumor has it that he's asking for big money. If he's already crowing on the Pat McAfee show about tight ends, not about getting the raw deal, I hope he's not asking for $15 million. Now, like I said, I'm not here to jack around anybody's money. You want to go make money. But when it comes to this team, and if it's going to cripple the team, I don't think that's going to cripple the team, tight end money. But I don't think he's worth Kittle or Kelsey money. I don't think he's worth $15 or $14.3 million. He's a good football player, but he's not in that elite category. And then guys like Dallas Goedert and David Njoku making $14 million as well, plus, and Mark Andrews. I don't even think he's better than Mark Andrews, to tell you the truth. I don't. I really don't. And Njoku, I think he's better than. I think Cleveland made a mistake in doing that, but that's Cleveland. That's their problem. And Dallas Goedert, he's a really good a tight end too. Them letting go of Zach Ertz kind of proved that, and him taking over the show at tight end. But this fan base, if you care about the cap, and if you care about tight ends getting paid big money that are good but not great, there's a possibility he can get $14 to $15 million. This regime has some thinking to do. And it seems like a guy like Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they don't seem like the guys that are going to open up the wallet to guys that are just semi-productive in their careers. Like, I don't think one Pro Bowl berth, a Pro Bowl is a joke anyways to me. It's just, all pro is where it's at. Pro Bowl, come on, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to dog TJ Hockenson, because I like him. I do like him. But I think they need to be really, really careful here paying this man money. Because I don't really think he's really proved that he's elite. Now, people will say, hey, man, well, he's top 5, top 7. Okay, well, there's only two, maybe three elite tight ends in the league. So if you're going to say top seven, like, so what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean he deserves that type of money. I'm just trying to throw it out there. I'm a little bit on the fence with it. I hope he doesn't get that much money. Like, I just think it's a little bit too much. But I'm not trying to, hey man, make your money, bro. But I don't want it to affect the team. It shouldn't. Too much. But you don't want to dump a bunch of money into a guy that's going to miss some time. He does average 3 games missed a year. Like I said, that's a little bit over the average. But it's not that bad. I just want this fan base to realize that there's going to be a possibility they could dump some money in this guy, or they're letting him walk, or they're going to trade him. And trading him seems like it might be in the works. All depends how this James Mitchell thing pans out. I'm not saying he's going to get any playing time over TJ Hockenson, but he's going to get into the game this year. He's going to play. James Mitchell will play. So it's interesting to see what they're going to kind of do with this. I just want the Lions just to be real careful here. I like TJ Hockenson. I think he's a really good football player. But giving him the money of like $14+ million, which it looks like it's going to happen, because giving Njoku that type of money, Hawkinson's, I think he's a better football player than Njoku. I think anybody can agree with that. That's not any homerism going on right there. That's just facts. That's just reality. So they just need to be a little bit careful. That's all. And I just want this fan base to realize that he's going to get paid money. He's going to get paid. If it's not from us, it's from somebody else. But if they're going to trade him, see what kind of value. I think they should field calls for him, at least. If they're not going to sign him this year, I'm assuming they're fielding calls. It's just my feeling, because they have him for 2 years locked up. He's already locked up for 2 years. This year and next year. And next year he gets a big bump up in pay, because he picked up his 5th-year option. But be prepared, Lions fans. Be prepared. That's all I'm saying, man. And thanks for the video, guys. Probably made it too long, 17 and change. Oops. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment. Hey, man, I'm a big fan of TJ Hockenson, but, I think I'm trying to prepare myself. There could be an exit going on, but maybe not. Maybe they are going to re-sign him, re-extend him. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the video. One Pride. Let's go. Boom.